Alright, so what we're trying to achieve here with this burn-in test is the fact that we're trying to rate whether our burn-in has actually heat set the Arctic silver compound. Now what we have here is we put matrix on this system, and its signature profile is supposed to, under specific loads, is supposed to drop the core temperature between 2 to 12 degrees lower on the chipset. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to probe just the top of one chipset here. And as we probe this chipset, we find that the heat from room temperature has went to 81, 82 degrees. So naturally we'll let this calibrate back out. Since we've taken it off, we'll calibrate it out, let it go back to room temperature. It should be 66, 67 degrees. And then what we're going to do is to prove our theory here and see if we've actually heat set this properly, and take this and put it on this chipset. Now that's your coprocessor. What happens is, as you probe it, it's going to go up like that. So you're at 85. In theory, 85, 86. In theory, what should happen is you should be able to put this on your copper, and your copper should go higher than what your chipset is. So there you go. It's going 86, 87. '89. So we're well within the, at idle rest, it goes 2 to 3 degrees higher. Now it's 4 degrees difference, 5 degrees difference. So what it's telling us is that the actual thermal compound is actually pulling heat off of the chipset, and using the heat pipe here, it's actually heating it up, and then the fan is actually expelling that heat. We've done this by our probe, and that tells us that our heat set for our thermal compound and then the burn-in that we ran for 2 hours, just like the manufacturer specified as far as the heat goes. For setting this thermal compound, you're supposed to run it for 2 or 3 hours to cure it on the actual processor. That has actually proven to do what it needs to do. So we'll go back. Chipset. So we're on the chipset right here, and it's going up, up, up and away. Then we take and we put it here on the actual heatsink, and it shows that at idle rest it's between 2 and 12 degrees. Then actually pulls off of the chipset and pushes to the heat pipe. This is actually done 5. So 5 degrees at idle rest means that this thermal compound is within the manufacturer's specifications, and it's actually pulling enough temperature off to justify us saying that we've actually heat cured this system and that it's done.